So for something a little bit different today, I decided to go on what I call a recreational flight over Green Mountain. Luckily, I'm located at the bottom of Green Mountain. I can sit in my office, look out through my bedroom window, and see the side of the mountain and watch the aircraft flying. So I can sit here with a 43-inch monitor and get great views of everything out around my house. There's on top of Green Mountain, there is a tall tower, about 1,000-foot tall tower for channel 54 WZDX TV. And this is Green Mountain. Green Mountain is about 900 feet above the valley floor. So I have to go up 900 feet just to get to the top of the mountain. And the legality of that is that as long as you are above a mountain, a building, or a tower, you can go 400 foot above that structure or that mountain. And I'm not going anywhere near that. I'm staying just above the trees, as you can see. I'm probably not more than 100 foot or so above the trees. There's also a cell phone tower up there, as you can see, which probably covers a lot of southeast Huntsville and over into Hampton Cove. And you can see the trees are actually starting to turn. This is September 18th. So they're starting to turn a little bit. I'll get some more video later as they get, when they really turn, start having some pretty views. So as we come up here, as we get close to the top of the mountain, we can actually peer over the mountain. We can see the next set of mountain ranges over towards Scottsboro. And once we get right up here, we can start seeing Hampton Cove. So we're actually looking over the top of the mountain down into the valley on the other side. And you can see there's several lakes over there, probably more lakes than you expected. The long skinny one, I think they call Ski Lake. I don't know what the rest of them are called, but I've been over there and looked at some of them. There's a house right on top of the mountain, way down close to where the big TV tower is. They're located kind of remotely. I think you have to go through a locked gate to get to their house, actually. The gate that takes you down to the TV tower. So anyway, so I'm going to spend a little time here looking around, and actually I'm not quite sure what happened. This house may have a really strong Wi-Fi outside the house that interfered with the copter. The copter has a fail-safe return to home function, and right here is when I've lost contact with it, and it's deciding that it's time to come home by itself. So it's turning around and it's starting to head back home. And then eventually, once I got a strong enough signal that I could control it again, I actually canceled the return to home. And these copters are fairly smart. They will, they'll come back home. They'll land exactly where they took off if you don't do anything. So there is some fail-safe to that. They'll also, if it gets bad enough, if the battery fails or something happens, they will actually land wherever they are. And of course, worst case, they'll fall out of the sky, which it kind of rarely happens, but it does happen. So here I'm still looking around trying to figure out, now that I've taken control over the copter again, I've started moving down Green Mountain. You can see some of the homes located on top of the mountain. You can see a lake that's up there. I don't know if you've been there before. If you go to the top of Green Mountain, up the road from Bailey Cove and turn left and follow that road down, you'll get to this end of the mountain, and that's where that lake is located, as you can see. But you can also see lots of houses. Many of them are on the bluff overlooking southeast Huntsville. And you can see Green Mountain Road going down the mountain right there in the top right part of that picture. Now we're going to work our way back down the mountain, and I believe we're going to fly over that lake. And the house on the left side has not been there very long. It used to be just a lot. In fact, people would go up there and park and walk down where they could look over into Hampton Cove. Of course, there were all kind of no trespassing signs, but that didn't seem to slow people down very much. There's a beautiful view down toward Guntersville. You can see all the mountains and, of course, lots of houses and stuff there in Hampton Cove. They call it Owens Crossroads down there, but it's the south end of Hampton Cove. And now I'm just taking a panorama looking around. There's the TV tower again, WZDX. So we're looking northeast at this point. And as it comes on around, you can see Montesano is up there somewhere. I'm not sure exactly which peak is Montesano, but it ought to be right up that direction. And there is a tower, or a couple towers, 3 towers or so, up on Montesano. This is late in the afternoon. It's been a hot day, probably 90 degrees or thereabouts, and that high temperature brings the oils and stuff out of the trees. The reason they call the Smoky Mountains is that all the vegetation on it, the oil comes out of the leaves and makes the atmosphere look smoky. This is not does not look like smog. And smog typically has a yellow color to it. This just looks like high humidity levels. And there you're seeing, we're now looking southwest, and you can see the Tennessee River down there. And now we're going to go back and look down at the ground and start moving down the mountain some. This copter, I've put it in sport mode, which turns off the collision avoidance, and it also increases the speed and the responsivity. And it will actually fly about 35 miles an hour, which is about what I'm doing right here, going down the mountain. And I'm just above, I'm just above the trees, not very high above the ground level there. And a friend of mine has a ham radio tower up here. And it's located, we're going to fly right over it, I believe. That kind of hole in the trees you're seeing just above the middle, there's a little small shack there. There used to be a TV tower. No, take that back, a radio tower located there. And it's just a small piece of property, and he ended up buying it to put some radio equipment on. There's another couple more cell phone towers and a microwave tower. And now we're looking at what's called Sunset Bluff. Not much to see really, but just thought at least some of you might enjoy just seeing what a recreational flight of a drone looks like. And there we are, starting to look back off the edge of the mountain, back down in the valley. Look closely there, kind of in the middle right now, is the Publix on South Bailey Cove at Green Mountain Road. And we'll be coming back down to my house, which is just off to the right of that here in just a little bit. But you can see there's a house down in the right bottom corner. You can see a kind of a split in the trees where the Green Mountain Road goes down the mountain. Lots of interesting things to see, especially if you put this up on a big screen TV where you can get the resolution. This is a 4K video, so it has some pretty good resolution to it. And you can see all the way up to Jones Valley up there. That big green space up to the right top is Jones Valley. You can see quite a ways, and now we're starting to come back down, kind of hugging the ground as we come down. To the right, almost just left of center, is St. Thomas Church, and that big open green field there to the left, and of course not too far from that is where the Publix is located. You can see the cut where the power lines go up the mountain, about halfway up on the right. You can see the Walmart up at Weatherly and Bailey Cove. again, there's Publix. There's Challenger. Is that Challenger Middle? No, it's not Challenger. It's can't remember the name of the little elementary school there on Mountain Gap. And you can see all the way over to the Parkway. If it wasn't for the foggy atmosphere. I'll do this again sometime in the wintertime when there's not as much in the atmosphere. And we're coming down. Actually, my house is kind of in the middle right there. At some point, not yet, but pretty soon I'm going to put it on auto land. I'm going to tell it to land itself, and you can see how accurately this thing will come back home by itself and land if there's any kind of problem. And we're coming down. You can see where they patched the street recently. Actually had a sewer problem that they fixed. And you can see the nice new roof I just had put on. I posted a video on that just a few days ago. And somewhere right along here is where I switch over to automatic landing. And the copter brings it down, and I launch from that sidewalk right there close to the front porch. You'll see that here momentarily. And now it's taking over control. It spins the copter around. It lines up on the location. It starts with a GPS coordinate, and then it actually, when it takes off, it takes a picture of what the takeoff location is. When it comes back, it actually matches that picture to what it's seeing, and that's how it decides where to land. And on the controller, it'll actually show you a little image of where it's getting ready to land. And then the camera tilts up and it comes on down. It actually sat there and hovered for a little while, and then I realized that it was saying that the landing spot was not suitable or something to that effect, and I could override it, which I did, and I went ahead and landed it. And you see the grass, the edge of the sidewalk. So it set it down perfectly.